Hello everyone. Welcome to watching our show that is embracing your design for midlife transformation. And the tagline is come alive to impact more lives. So today we have our guest, Helen Glen. What an honor to have her. She is also one of my co-author for this Heart Warrior book. She's definitely the Heart Warrior. Reading her story made me cry so many times. This is a tough lady. She can really know how to turn the stress into success. So Helen Glen is a speaker, author, and a business and a mindset coach. She is really empowering women around the globe to go from facing their own stress and turn that into the fuel for their own success. I just don't, cannot picture myself in your shoes and how you're dealing with all that. So before we tell your amazing story, would you want to say hi to our audience?
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much. I am honored to be here today, Sunny. Thank you.
The show is talk about embracing our design for midlife transformation. Helen has done that all her life. Don't need to wait until midlife. When she is, see, we have a 4 energy type around the human population. They all align with the ancient wisdom with the yin and yang combination. So we have the totally in, that means 2 line, they are all in the divine feminine energy, classified as a generator, which means generator is coming here to respond and do things. So we are more like the Mother Earth. Like we always carry a lot of responsibility. We create the life for all other beings, right? So that's the generator. But generator has 2 different subtypes. And Helen is the type called manifesting generator, which is amazing. She actually can attract things faster and just make it happen. You think about you have a 2 combination, the visionary and the doer together. That is manifesting generator. So I want Helen, would you like to share with us any episodes or your story has let you feel you are a very powerful being? Would you like to share some like that?
Oh, there's so many incidents, I guess, but perhaps in business as well as in life, maybe I'll take the life one, where I had been divorced for about 8 years. And one day my brother said to me he was concerned about me being on my own. Mm-hmm. I still had my children who I educated, and my youngest daughter was still living at home with me. And so I said to the universe, to God, the creator, I am ready to receive a man into my life. And the next month, a few friends said, we'll get together, we'll hire a yacht, we'll go on a picnic, sailing the Pacific into Sydney, the Pittwater area. And so that's what we did. And there was a gentleman there who I looked up and our eyes just met. And I said, oh, there's some new people here today. And little did I know that he would become my husband.
Oh, wow. Whoa, that is amazing. You set an intention, right?
Yes,
I'm ready.
I set the intention.
I'm open. And the magic show up. Oh my, that is how the manifestor generator, when they are really like at ease, they really accept who they are, so this energy start flowing the right way. That is beautiful story. Thank you. And I believe you are still very happy with this incident you guys met, right?
Yes, and we're still together. We're 24 years married now.
Yeah, and more, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
That is amazing. On your story, Helen, if you don't mind, would you share with us maybe several turning points in your life? You realize you have a lot of strengths within your soul and you become a problem solver and actually support everybody in the family. Would you mind to share one or two stories with us?
Yes, sure. I found that my father had PTSD, and he was very aggressive in the home. He was. It was times where I didn't want to go home because I was worried in case he would be angry, and especially he took it out on my mother. She was a battered woman. And it was terribly sad. And I would go in and try and stop him. And in the interim, I would get hit. But I didn't mind if I could stop him from hitting my mother, you know.
Yeah. So
Because,
that was your like a teenager or early 20s?
yes, my teenager, yeah, my childhood and teenage.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I was 3 years old, I remember trying to stop him when I was 3 years old. And my little brother crying in the cot and me going and picking him up and, you know, shushing him. So people in an abusive relationship, they need to think about safety, how to be safe. The women need to learn how to try and avoid conflict with the man that is an aggressor and safeguard her children, because this child has to grow up with all that trauma and later in life have to learn how to cope with overcoming trauma in their own lives. So that is a big message to men and women out there, husbands and wives. Try and solve your problems amicably. Find a counselor if you can't do it. Go into the other room if you're really angry and bash your pillow instead of bashing your wife and children. We're seeing people, women dying here nearly every day in Sydney from an abusive relationship when it doesn't need to happen. So that now I actually studied PTSD and counseling and grief counseling, and I'm helping people overcome their challenges, because it is a challenge to live with this and to live your own life happily.
Yeah. Well, that is really break our hearts. I think about a lot of people right now at this point we're talking, right? They might living in the fear and don't know what is the next episode will happen. So I mean, you definitely turn that stress you experience in your life, your childhood, then turn into the strengths and also the fuel to help other women facing the similar situation.
Not only that, what I did was I migrated to Australia on my own, and I brought my family here so that my father would have less stress and my mother would be able to live in more, in a better life. So they're all doing well. My parents have passed away now, but my brother and sister are high achievers, and we're all doing okay.
And you mentioned about you came to Australia first. So you came to there for a study or a marriage or?
No, I was already I was studying at the university in Sydney, in Bangalore, but because I wanted to join my aunt and uncle who were migrating, I decided that I would do I saw the High Commissioner, Australian High Commissioner, and we had to have a trade in hand. Australia wanted single women at that time because there was a shortage of women. There were 3 men to a woman in this country. And so they were importing or, recruiting single women who had a trade in hand, who can support themselves when they come to the country and make a life here. And so that really wasn't my intention. My intention was to bring my family, but I went and I did a Pittman's business course, and that gave me all the skills to get a job as soon as I came, because there would be no government handouts for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I came to Australia. But the funny thing is, the first job I got was as a student nurse in the hospital. So I was able to, my family followed the following year
Mm-hmm.
and established themselves. Yes.
Yeah, I'm an immigrant myself. I can picture myself. Yeah, 1991, I came to United States alone. And my purpose is to get a degree in science, like you first, then you bring your family over. Did you have some kind of challenge or like a diversity you have to deal with in the beginning?
Yes, to be honest with you, it was so lonely. I was so afraid, but I was determined not to go back. I used to cry so much that I would fall to the ground crying because I really missed my family. I didn't know what I was going to do in this big, vast country.
Mm-hmm.
But, I have a very strong faith that there is a higher power, of God, that looks after me and all of us. But it wasn't quite enough as a student to really do what I wanted to do to bring the family, because I needed to get them a home or even rent a home and just get established so that there was some money in the kitty for us.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I stopped nursing and I went into shop work because there was more money in retail. And I became 21, so I was given an adult wage. So I was able to then, go and rent this beautiful house. So my parents, when they came out, they had somewhere nice to stay, and we established ourselves that way. My father got a job, my brother got a job, my sister was still at school, and my mother looked after all of us.
Yeah, well, family is really important, and you are kind of anchor person to your family. You
Yeah.
are just take an initiative, and you actually can initiate, then you take the action, and you make it happen. So that whole thing, I think, is just so manifested generator you are.
Was
Yeah.
I'm lucky.
Well, you're living by your design, because even those things, the system, the human design system, the I Ching and Gene Keys, is really just the tools. And we have our inner guidance, right? If we just live through all the diversity and try not be so angry at ourselves, those emotions coming and going, then we begin to have the skills to dealing with the challenging, right? From your story, I really recommend everybody get a copy and read story about Helen. It's just wave and wave and wave of the losses. And she's like the anchor stone there. She's just holding there and do something he thinks the right thing to do for the family, for herself. And design and Gene Key system. The line is from the ancient I Ching, the sixth line. But each line indicates a different expression through the energetic way. So she's 6'2". If you think of the house, the foundation, the window, the second floor, and the top of the roof, Helen is the rooftop person. She's the role model. She's on the top, and she, even with a young age, she knows what's going on. She knows she need to stop something is not right. Because she's internal teacher. The sixth line person is usually coming here to teach. Either they teach the right model or they teach the wrong model. They are the teachers, right? But definitely Helen is this delightful and a powerful teacher for humanity here. And the two is more like on the base. 1, 2, 3 is more like the personal growth, and 4 to 6 is more like interpersonal. So she is definitely need to interact with others and bring the wisdom, bring the philosophy. She's a line 2 person. Line 2 person, in a way, they feel not comfortable to be spot right away. They want to hide on the background a little bit. Helen, you are very powerful and want to go. I believe you want to have like me time, the space you enjoy. And I don't know whether you want to share with us what things you like to do alone.
Oh, when I'm alone, I love to get onto the internet and learn a lot. I did, as an adult, go back to university and I did marketing, and then I worked for corporate for a while. Yes. After I lost my $1 million business. And I just wanted to be one of the girls again. I did not want the responsibility of having a big business and employing so many people and all that comes with that. Of course, it afforded a wonderful lifestyle for myself and my children while they were growing up. Mm-hmm. And we did a lot of travel internationally and in holidays. And all those times are very dear to my heart, that I was able to give them that. But that's not the end all and be all of life. Money is not everything. It cannot buy you happiness. It cannot buy you that personal space that you really want or appreciate. The times that I was raising my children were one of the best times of my life. I loved being a mother. Mm-hmm. And I lost my 19-year-old son tragically. And to me, that was devastating. Absolutely. I just, losing my business was traumatic, the way I lost it, but losing my child was unbelievably difficult to cope with. So I took time off. I took a year off. Literally, I just went and worked part-time to support my younger daughter and myself. And we went to the Gold Coast for a year, where the lifestyle is much more gentle and easy to live with. So I could run on the beach if I wanted to, or just go and have an ice cream whenever I wanted to. Yes. I didn't have the pressures of a big business on my head, like I did before. Mm-hmm. And so it's, and after Justin passed away, I was very grateful to God for giving me a son to understand what it was to raise a male child, because I have 2 daughters, and how different they are to my girls. He was very gentle and very beautiful, but he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. And it's a heartache forever, even though I've done a lot of internal work and studied, in IFS therapy and things. It's we have to understand God gives and he takes in his own time. Yeah. And we respect that. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean to say it doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Well, we all have this significant losses, loved ones or something. It just happened. We have no idea why. But for me, I really just call them these opportunities for us to have a pauses, right? Like if we are never has any roadblocks or adversity, we think that's the right way. We're just charging along, particularly for generator. We don't know when to stop. Yeah. We just want charging, right? But when it's something, boom, there's a big storm or something, we just kind of like, oh, shocking, and say, wow. Then we have this pause. We have this reflection periods. You might feel something got taken away. But for me, I think when they happen, and I have more space in my heart, right? It's just become like, expanding out. It's become so, I don't want to lose it, so I hold it too tight. But when it's loose, you cannot really get it back. You feel like actually your heart got more space for other things. So I mean, it's difficult to think about someone has to drop and gone that way. Then we can learn. But I think we all have this internal program. Somehow we will be facing a lot of challenges. Then we have this called evolution. then we'll have a breakthrough through our mindset, through our attachments, through something we just think someone did this to us, couldn't let go. Those kind of things we start to break through and let it loose. And that is the journey of the Gene Keys Golden Path, really share through there's 12 different spheres. And we can know actually we are here, our spirits, we have a journey going through a lot of challenges. And we choose to have a breakthrough. We begin to reflect to ourselves, then understand we can love ourselves more and don't need to depend on other people to love us first. We can love ourselves first. Then you will find out actually the purpose for us is really just to be living the truth, right? Like if we know we're going to face a lot of challenges, we might not want to go there. So no, I don't want to go there. But if we have no choice, we just flow with life, then we learn how to deal with losses and grief and adversity. And then we start to knowing we can have more compassions to share with others and bring the lights to the world. Right. So that is what I want to share everybody with Helen's amazing golden path for prime gifts on her profile. So she started, the life work is 29. 29 in the ancient I Ching is the double of the waters. And what that means in the water in the ancient time means trouble. Because think about, they have the crop, they have things ready, and all of a sudden the rain and rush their cow, everything's gone, the village is gone. So the water is always the trouble in the time. They have no way to control it, right? But you have a double. That means you have more time and the opportunity to learn the wisdom through the troubles. And that is give you the opportunity to teach too, because you are a teacher, your number of 6 line. But the reason for you to get to all the trouble is you finally know your purpose and you devote it to it. Because through a lot of things coming and going, you begin to know what is more important, and the other you can let it go. So your focus become more of the focus on something really deserve your attention and love to. So through all the challenges, you decided to get evolution, and you the evolution sphere on your Gene Keys path is 30. 30, again, is a double. This time it's a double fire. So you have a double fire. That means actually you maybe sacrifice yourself, or you try to put off some desire and all that things, but in order to really shine through and support others, because you are line 6. So you are burning yourself in the lower trigram, but then you share your lights through others. Then you also decided to go find something really good for me, because you always do for others all the time, as a mother, as a business owner, a sister, a daughter, and you're always doing for others. So sometime in your life, you decided to really love yourself more. So you will go to the being side, that 4 prime gift, the life work, and the evolution is more indicated about challenges and doing our jobs, our life. But then if we go into the being side, it's being and becoming. Being is the radiance, like what make you feel radiance, right? You don't need to do a lot of things. You just need to honor yourself. Then that will bring more energy for you. But then the purpose on the bottom, that is being and becoming. So we have this core stability. We need to have balance and harmony. We have a big dream. We want to get things done, particularly generator, want to do it all yesterday, right? But like we are focused on the design and accomplishment, then we might lose the connection with our beings. But being and becoming is always there. So we need to have this beautiful harmony between being and becoming, and that we can finally get aligned with our true self. So for you, The radiance is 20. So 20 is really, for here, I can see you are getting more of self-confidence. The more you're confident about yourself, you feel more radiant. You can think about maybe that's how you want to get a lot of education done, because you want to know things. So you know you have more confidence about something you know and something you have done. And that give you more of the energy. Then on your purpose, you are the 34, is really the strength, because you are the majesty in the highest expression. So you bring in this force and all this, like, you want to conquer things, you want to turn your stress away and then become the fuel. But then the fuel can get you to become resilience. Then once you get that, you can finally express your highest majestic, because you went through all, through the water and fire. You got double dosage of water and the fires, then you finally can fulfill your purpose to bring that knowledge, to bring that wisdom and strength into others, so you can start to align with your purpose here. But this is just how I see it. I don't know whether you have anything you want to add.
I've not stopped learning. That's true. I love the internet. I love ChatGPT. I love the progress that humanity is making for our comfort on this planet. And I'm really grateful for being able to participate in a lot of activities and things like speaking to you now and knowing how to use Zoom. I'm 75 and I'm going to be 76.
That's amazing. Yeah, you're definitely majestic. You're using the ChatGPT.
It's I can teach someone if they want to learn that. It's wonderful for business. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm humbled. Yeah.
Well, we are so grateful you are here for us, because you are charging ahead and turn all your gifts into the highest expression. So let me repeat your highest expression based on your prime gift. So Helen, you are the devotion, which means you choose, once you focus, you just fully engaged and dedicated to what you do. And you also are the rapture, because you're double fire, but the fire is not to burn at all. The fire actually is to light up with all other people need it, right? So you are the fire, but you bring the hope to people. Then you are also the presence. I mean, like, even you're learning a lot of things, and you are the 20 is more like the witness consciousness. So you know the thing because you are on the top of the roof. So you have the inner knowledge and wisdom, knowing what's going on. But that also gives you the power to learn more things. So you never stop learning because you really want to share. Definitely you are majestic. Like through all this hardship you have, through all the challenging and the self-confidence you build in the later life, you continue to share your strengths and bring other women or people to their own power. You bring that wisdom, bring that confidence to other people. That is how so lucky we have you, Helen, to be. But before I let Helen go, I will like to read some paragraphs she wrote on. All right, so Helen wrote on the last 4 paragraphs. She said, I believe I am now living over the edge in faith, replacing sad thoughts with something that makes you laugh, changes your mood in an instant, and is an incredible feeling. Try it. It really works. That is her manifesting generator showing up, right? Everything can happen instantly. Yeah, that's how she can attract, because she have this faith, right? Once we have the faith and confidence and trust, we can make it happen. That's how our human being can do, because we are amazing beings. And continue to read. A happier future awaits you, but you must name it and claim it for it to happen. To experience the metamorphosis of coming through overwhelming grief, to becoming passionate about living life with confidence and clarity, as well as becoming a successful female business entrepreneur. Spells freedom. So I really think you have the free spirits. Then you're not only just living your life, you transfer your wisdom like a light around the world. Then people to understand there is a hope there always. So I really appreciate you, Helen.
Thank you. I just want to say something.
Sure.
The meaning of my name, Helen, means light.
I didn't know that. But you choose that because the light, or you just think Helen is a good name?
It's my birth name. My parents call me Helen.
So they know you are light. Double fires. For people who really want to follow Helen, I will put the information for you to connect with her. And again, one last time, if you really want to learn what the stories Helen has and all other amazing entrepreneurs, and find this book and order it online. This is even the small book, but every story is so powerful, impactful. I really appreciate you, Helen, as a manifesting generator, bring all the energy, life force to the words, and also show us the lights as your name, Helen. I really appreciate you, Helen.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Yeah. For somebody even watching this thing that give you some value, remember to subscribe the channel. I'll continue to interview people, and they are coming in different life form, different energy form, but we are all human beings. We are all work together to make this place a better place. So if you think that will give you more of the hope and confidence, and let me know what else I can do to help you in your journey. But just subscribe to the channel and continue to watch the show. Thank you so much, Helen. I'll see you later.
Bye-bye.